Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, well, we might have a problem with the 6.0. So I noticed the other day had some coolant under the truck. Drove it, brought it back yesterday. We did the radio and pretty good little puddle under it afterwards. So just some looking. Pop the hood. Let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and lock it. But pop the hood. Did some searching. Found where it was leaking, which I don't know. Didn't seem to be a big deal. Leaking from this T-fitting right here for my coolant filter. So my grandpa took and tightened them clamps up, and we seem to be good to go. Drove it last night, filled it up with fuel, and it seems to be fine. But upon a little further investigation, and was gonna put more coolant in it, which it seems my grandpa has overfilled. That's not good. Because it was low, and this stream hasn't been here, and it was low enough it wasn't in this sight glass. So that's not great. If you know what I'm talking about, that's not good. That would tell me compression in coolant. Compression in coolant is not a good combination, especially on 6.0s. So there are a few things that I want to check. So started the truck up, and it's been doing this thing where when you really get on it from like a stop, as soon as it clicks into like third or so gear, it kind of stutters. So and I don't know, we took the cap off and didn't have any pressure in it, only like 2 hours after driving it. So no pressure there. And then it's not steaming out of the bottle. It's not doing anything really. So what I'm curious of is if this cap isn't venting right. Because these are a pressure sensitive cap. They are supposed to release at 16 pounds, as this one says. So, and I wonder, I drove it, like I said, I drove it last night, and doesn't seem to, doesn't seem to have any pressure in it. So with that being said, what we're gonna do is I called the local Ford dealer and in Conway, which is like, I don't know, 20 minutes from here or so, which would have been great if I would have thought about this like an hour ago, because we drove right by the place. And they actually have a couple of these caps in stock, so they're only $12. I figure, I don't know when that one was replaced last. I've never replaced it. I've had this truck since 2019. So I figure, like I said, it's $12. So what we're gonna do is hop in the 300 here, and we're gonna run down, pick one up, bring it back, and take the truck on a drive and see what we're looking like. Because if you think, if that cap has dirt in it, I don't know why it would have dirt in it. I mean, who knows? But if it got dirt in it, it's not releasing properly. It's building pressure in the coolant system, in the cooling system, and you know, it's kind of overflowing itself when it hits too much pressure. That's kind of the roundabout way of saying, if it's messed up, it's messed up. So anyway, what we're gonna do like I said, we're gonna take the 300 to the Ford dealer, and we're gonna pick one of these up, because again, they're $12. Where's my speedometer? There it is. So anyway, I'm gonna head down there, and hopefully we can get ourselves a new cap, and homeboy wasn't lying to me, because that would not be great. And I figure an OEM cap would be better anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna head to Conway, and I guess I will catch y'all when we get there. All right, guys, so we have made it to Smith Ford, and well, we got our cap. So if y'all need to know, there you go, $12.83 with tax. So now back to Greenbrier. We'll throw this in, take the truck for a drive, and let's see if this actually fixes it. All right, so we just got back, threw the new one on. So we're gonna take this thing out. First bin, I cleaned the top of it. The rest of the stuff's kind of hard to get to, and that's like baked on. So the top of it is clean though, so that way we can get somewhat of a decent idea. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna take this thing out for a pretty doozy of a drive, and see what it does, because I need to know if you know what I mean. Because if it's head gaskets or a cracked head or whatever, that's no bueno. Because it's expensive, for one. Two, we don't have a lift. Three, apparently my batteries are low again. Four, I don't know anybody that has a lift either. So that's quite the issue. Because again, without a lift, that job sucks. They say it kind of sucks anyway, but I can imagine even worse without a lift. So, especially if you're trying to pull the cab, which you're really, I think, supposed to do. Because I remember hearing that if you do head studs on one of these trucks, you got to dent the firewall in on the passenger side to be able to even torque them. So you really need to pull the cab, and if you don't have a lift, it makes that a little difficult. If we're being honest. But regardless, I guess if it is, we'll figure out how to make it work. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of cruise around for a minute, let the transmission come up to temp, let the oil come up to temp, all that kind of thing, and we'll take her out for a little rip and see what she does. All right, so we have made it back, and for some reason my air conditioning is like whistling, which is kind of annoying, but like I said, we made it back after some spirited driving. So let's see what we got. I don't smell anything, which is nice. So if y'all remember a few videos back, we took this thing to a Cars and Coffee, and well, I guess probably about a month ago, because the next Cars and Coffee is this Saturday, and I don't know if I'm going. And then another meet in Little Rock, and that's kind of where I noticed it starting to be more prevalent. But we have nothing, which is nice, because this is not wet anywhere. And I will say, I mean, I got it like 30 pounds of boost, something like that. Yeah, getting on it pretty decent. Which is not, it's not a ton of boost for some people, but for this truck, that's on it pretty good. Because I watched that kind of thing. But I mean, ooh, it's hot, but nothing new. So I do believe we might have fixed it, which is nice. Now, like I said, over here where that was leaking, My grandpa did tighten up those clamps, and it doesn't appear to be leaking. What I was concerned with was the crimp fitting leaking back there, because that is crimped on to the T. So he would have to replace this entire hose, which is not ideal. But it seems to be fine. So I guess maybe fingers crossed we fixed it, because that would be ideal. Now I will keep an eye on that, and like I said, if we're going to Cars and Coffee this weekend, I believe what the plan was, I'm going to drive this to my friend's house. We're going to hang out there. I'll probably leave at like 4 or 5 in the morning, drive the hour there, and then we're going to hang out a little bit, and I believe they're going to ride with me to Cars and Coffee, which is like another hour, and then 30 minutes back home and whatnot, or back here. So I'll keep an eye on it when we do that, but I wanted to do this and kind of see what we were working with. But it seems as if we're dry, so I do need to clean all this. Don't mind that, because again, I do still need to clean all of this under here. And if we're going to Cars and Coffee, this thing needs to clean like real bad all over anyway. I mean, you can see it's filthy. The whole truck's filthy, if we're being honest, because it sat here in this spot for a pretty good while. I mean, look at the wheels. So wheels are also filthy. So anyway, that is that. Love the window tint, by the way. If anybody was curious about the window tint, absolutely love it. Super happy with that. But anyway, I gotta go do a few things and whatnot. So guys, I reckon that'll be a wrap for this one. So with that being said, if y'all enjoyed today's video or possibly found it helpful, because I know, I figure there's probably people that think their head gaskets are blown, and it could be that that cap. So if that's the case, spend the $13, go get a cap, check it, see, you know, it can't hurt nothing. But again, I will keep an eye on that, and we'll kind of see how it does. So if it does push a little bit, that's not like real concerning, because it is a little over full. So that's you know, if it, like I said, if it pushes a little bit, that's not a big deal. We'll keep an eye on it. But anyway, guys, again, if y'all enjoyed today's video, possibly found it helpful, please drop a like and comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope everybody has a great day.